Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to Peter Likes Books. Okay, somebody commented on one of my videos that they hope that I didn't just go completely YA and stop reading adult contemporary books, which will never happen. But I have to say that it kind of bothered me a little bit because I was like, I understand what they're saying, and so many adults read adult contemporary or adult mysteries and all that kind of stuff. But like, I don't look at a book that way. Like, if I think a book is going to be good, then I read it. I don't really care if it's for an elementary school kid or a teenager or an adult or whatever. And like, I've never been that way. Like, even as I was a little kid, I always wanted to read stuff that people would say, that's too old for you. And I'd be like, well, no, it's not, and we'll see. Which is interesting to me today because I see so many young kids reading books that are like way out of their age spectrum. But anyway, so it got me thinking, and I thought, I haven't talked much on here about some of the adult books I've read, even though the last 3 reviews I've done have been about adult books. Go Set a Watchman is definitely not for like a 5th grader. So anyway, the concepts in it aren't. But anyway, so I thought, okay, but thank you for the person that left that comment to me because it really got me thinking that I need to keep one foot in reading all kinds of, like adult contemporary and all these kinds of things. I want to read The Vegetarian. There's a bunch of other books that I want to read that had just come out here right now. And so I thought, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do a review of The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I love this book so much. Anybody that knows me knows I love this book. I actually bought copies of this book and gave it to people. And I listened to it on Audible. So if you have not read, I actually have it here on my Kindle, so it's kind of like, this isn't even my Kindle, this is like my iPad, and the thing is that I don't know how to pull up a picture on, and so look, you get to see like the trees in the background, can you see that? Isn't that kind of cool? Like you guys can see like my backyard into the woods. Okay, anyway, into the woods, you can see it back there, see? Okay, oh, there's a fence, how cool is that? Like this video has lost its mind. Anyway, The Girl on the Train. Everybody's seen the cover of it by now. I can't figure out how to pull up the picture on my Kindle. It doesn't do that. That must be a Nook thing. I don't know, and my phone is way too small to show it on here. But you can still see it outside from my phone. This is like parlor tricks. Parlor tricks with iPads and iPhones. Anyway, I've lost my mind. I just made another video on my old channel just called Peter Mon about how I'm going to vlog a year of my life on there. So I'm kind of like, Anyway. If you have not read The Girl on the Train, go get it. And actually, this is one of those books that I love the book, but I would highly recommend the Audible version of it. It's told in 3 different actors, okay. Girl on the Train. So this is what the story is about. It's about this woman named Rachel who has recently gotten divorced, and it's about her husband and the person that he's with now, who is Anna. And then this girl that goes missing, and her name is Megan, okay? And so it's told through their 3 points of view. Now, the main character who tells the whole story is this Rachel, who's very depressed, alcoholic. She doesn't say she's an alcoholic. I think she doesn't say that, but she is totally an alcoholic. And the thing that's so interesting about this book, and if you haven't watched my 25 Things About Me or some of my other videos, is that I've been sober since I was 22 years old. And so I read a lot of books that are about recovery and sobriety and things like that, a lot of memoirs. And when you read somebody that knows their stuff, like you catch it real quick. Like there's not a way to fake it, like if that makes sense. I don't know how to say it. It'd be like if somebody from India was writing a book about India, like you would know if they had really been to India or not, right? Like by how they said it. And so the way Paula Hawkins writes about The Girl on the Train makes me really wonder how she knows so much about sobriety and alcoholism and things like that. This woman is a blackout drinker, and she writes her so fantastically. It's a psychological thriller set in England. It is so sick and twisted. And what's so sick and twisted about it is that, what's her face? What's her face? Did I just say that? That's so my mom. Oh, what's her face? What's her face? Anyway, Rachel is so like sick and twisted. She doesn't even realize how sick and twisted she is, And I loved it. And I just I listened to it on Audible, and I would drive and drive and drive. Like if I had to be home, like I would like drive an extra hour just to continue to listen to the audiobook. It was really long, and I actually listened to it in like 2 days or 3 days or something like that. And it was so funny because my best friend would get in the car when I would pick her up, and she would be like, shh. she would do like these acting things, and because it's real mysterious the way she told it, and she'd say, "No, Tom." I mean, I can't do an English accent. I'm not gonna try, but anyway. Oh my God, this is such a good book. And the ending is like, okay, the ending before the ending, which is like, there's this mystery that weaves its way through it, right? And there's a reason why it's called The Girl on the Train, because she's a girl on the train and she sees something, kind of. But anyway, it's a story of her and kind of like her descent into hell after this divorce. And it's also the story of this mystery that's woven through it, of this missing girl. And so you really have to like read this book. It is so awesome. I keep on saying missing girl, but it's been so long since I listened to it now, and I'm like, did they find her right away? I think they did find her right away. So is she missing or is she found? I can't remember. It's not really the point, because what the point is what happened. Anyway, but okay, so then you find out at the end the real mystery, what happened, right? But the end is what happens to Rachel, like after all of that's over, and it is fantastic. I mean, it is like the sickest, twisted ending. And the reason I loved it so much is because it's so true. Like, it's not a fake ending. Like, it's like what would really happen in real life. Like, it's not like she like runs off and like finds this gorgeous man at the train and she's like, oh, blah, 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 and let's fall in love and move to I don't know, Ireland or something, and, you know, wear green. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. So, about Ireland, that is. But I do have a really good friend that just moved to Dublin. But when I see her in the pictures, it doesn't look like what I thought Dublin would look like. It looks like kind of like a major city. So, which I mean, Dublin is a major city, right? I am like sounding like such a big idiot in this video. Anyway, that was for Brittany. You know who you are. This book was fantastic. It really started me listening and reading a whole nother kind of genre of book, which I don't even know how you would fit this in there. It's not contemporary. I don't know, it's like, my friend said to me last night, we were talking about this book, I told her I was gonna make a video of it, and she said, you know, since Gone Girl, like, everybody wants to write the next Gone Girl. And she was, which is so funny, because the writer of Gone Girl, like, wrote something, like, she endorsed this book. And she's like, you know, all these books come out, and they now want to be, like, the next Gone Girl. And she's like, I read Gone Girl, and I saw the movie. Girl on the Train was 100 times better than Gone Girl. It really was. And let me just tell you, it has opened me to this whole new genre of kind of like the psychological contemporary thriller. I mean, I don't know what you say. I'm so tired, first of all, of these labels. Like middle grade, a young adult contemporary. I had to look that up last night. I was like, what is the, when these book bloggers talk about young adult contemporary, are they talking about like John Green kind of books and Rainbow Rowell kind of books? Like contemporary stuff that happens today, but it's young adult, like geared towards young adult with young adult characters? And so, yeah, that's exactly what it is. But it's like there's too much. It's like a young adult dystopian, young adult science fiction, young adult paranormal, adult contemporary, self-help, motivation, the Kama Sutra. I don't know. I can't keep up with it. It's too much. A book is a book. And I know what I like, and if I pick up the cover and I look at it and I go, that looks good, and I read the synopsis and I think, yeah, I'd read that, then I get it. And what happened was, after I read this book, I was like looking, I was at the bookstore, and it had it, and it was like, if you liked Girl on the Train, and there were like 5 books underneath it. And the next one that was underneath, the one that was right underneath it was The Girl in the Red Coat. I think it's by Kate Hannemer. Ah! That book wore me out! Oh my God, have you read that book? Okay, so that's going to be one of my reviews coming up. But I love The Girl in the Red Coat, and it reminded me so much of The Girl on the Train. It was written so, I mean, both of these, the thing is, they're fantastic stories, but the writing is absolutely beautiful as well. So please go check out The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I really suggest listening to, I'm like this, and you guys are probably like, oh my God, the glaring lights from the woods out there. Do you see? Look, okay. Into the woods. Anyway, I recommend both of them, and the reason why is because they are both so fantastically written. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful writing. And Paula Hawkins, I mean, she can write an alcoholic psycho character like nobody's business. I mean, she did a phenomenal job. As an alcoholic in sobriety, I never once questioned like the authenticity of this character. I mean, it's just, she was great. Anyway, so go read Girl on the Train, get the Audible version, read the book. And yeah, and I will see you later. I'm going to probably do a book tag video later today as well. And that's it. Bye.